Abandon. To leave somebody, especially somebody you are responsible for, with no intention of returning. Abandoned. Left and no longer wanted, used, or needed. Ability. The fact that somebody/something is able to do something. Able. To have the skill, intelligence, opportunity, etc. needed to do something. About. A little more or less than, a little before or after. Above. At or to a higher place or position than something/somebody. Abroad. In or to a foreign country. Absence. The fact of somebody being away from a place where they are usually expected to be, the occasion or period of time when somebody is away. Absent. Not in a place because of illness, etc. Absolute. Total and complete. Absolutely. Used to emphasize that something is completely true. Absorb. To take in a liquid, gas or other substance from the surface or space around. Abuse. The use of something in a way that is wrong or harmful. Abuse. To make bad use of something, or to use so much of something that it harms your health. Academic. Connected with education, especially studying in schools and universities. Accent. A way of pronouncing the words of a language that shows which country, area, or social class a person comes from. Accept. To take willingly something that is offered, to say yes to an offer, invitation, etc. Acceptable. Agreed or approved of by most people in a society. Access. A way of entering or reaching a place. Accident. An unpleasant event, especially in a vehicle, that happens unexpectedly and causes injury or damage. Accidental. Happening by chance, not planned. Accidentally. By chance, in a way that was not planned. Accommodation. A place to live, work or stay in. Accompany. To travel or go somewhere with somebody. According to. As stated or reported by somebody/something. Account. An arrangement that somebody has with a bank, etc. to keep money there, take some out, etc. Account for. To be the explanation or cause of something. Accurate. Correct and true in every detail. Accurately. In a way that is correct and true in every detail. Accuse. To say that somebody has done something wrong or is guilty of something. Achieve. To succeed in reaching a particular goal, status, or standard, especially by making an effort for a long time. Achievement. A thing that somebody has done successfully, especially using their own effort and skill. Acid. A chemical, usually a liquid, that contains hydrogen are usually sour and can often burn holes in or damage things they touch. Acknowledge. To accept that something is true. A couple. Two people or things, a small number of people or things. Acquire. To gain something by your own efforts, ability, or behavior. Across. From one side to the other side. Act. A particular thing that somebody does. Action. The process of doing something in order to make something happen or to deal with a situation. Active. Always busy doing things, especially physical activities. Actively. In a way that involves doing something. Activity. A situation in which something is happening or a lot of things are being done. Actor. A person who performs on the stage, on television, or in films/movies, especially as a profession. Actress. A woman who performs on the stage, on television, or in films/movies, especially as a profession. Actual. Used to emphasize something that is real or exists in fact. Actually. Used in speaking to emphasize a fact or a comment, or that something is really true. Ad. Advertisement. Adapt. To change something in order to make it suitable for a new use or situation. Add. To put something together with something else so as to increase the size, number, amount, etc. Addition. The process of adding two or more numbers together to find their total. Additional. More than was first mentioned or is usual. Add on. To include or attach something extra. Address. Details of where somebody lives or works and where letters, etc. can be sent. Add up. To seem reasonable, to make sense. Add up to. To make a total amount of something. Adequate. Enough in quantity, or good enough in quality, for a particular purpose or need. Adequately. In a way that is enough in quantity, or good enough in quality, for a particular purpose or need. Adjust. To change something slightly to make it more suitable for a new set of conditions or to make it work better. Admiration. A feeling of respect and liking for somebody/something. Admire. To respect somebody for what they have done or to respect their qualities. Admit. To agree, often unwillingly, that something is true. Adopt. To take somebody else's child into your family and become its legal parent. Adult. A fully grown person who is legally responsible for their actions. Advance. The forward movement of a group of people, especially armed forces. Advanced. Having the most modern and recently developed ideas, methods, etc. Advantage. A thing that helps you to be better or more successful than other people. Adventure. An unusual, exciting or dangerous experience, journey, or series of events. Advert. Advertisement. Advertise. To tell the public about a product or a service in order to encourage people to buy or to use it. Advertisement. A notice, picture, or film telling people about a product, job or service. Advertising. The activity and industry of advertising things to people on television, in newspapers, on the internet, etc. Advice. An opinion or a suggestion about what somebody should do in a particular situation. Advise. To tell somebody what you think they should do in a particular situation. Affair. Events that are of public interest or political importance. Affect. To produce a change in somebody/something. Affection. The feeling of liking or loving somebody/something very much and caring about them. Afford. To have enough money or time to be able to buy or to do something. Afraid. Feeling fear, frightened because you think that you might be hurt or suffer. After. Later than something, following something in time. Afternoon. The part of the day from 12 midday until about 6 o'clock. Afterwards. At a later time, after an event that has already been mentioned. Again. One more time, on another occasion. Against. Opposing or disagreeing with somebody/something. Age. The number of years that a person has lived or a thing has existed. Aged. Of the age of. Agency. A business or an organization that provides a particular service especially on behalf of other businesses or organizations. Agent. A person whose job is to act for, or manage the affairs of, other people in business, politics, etc. Aggressive. Angry, and behaving in a threatening way, ready to attack. Ago. Used in expressions of time with the simple past tense to show how far in the past something happened. Agree. To have the same opinion as somebody, to say that you have the same opinion. Agreement. An arrangement, a promise, or a contract made with somebody. Ahead. Further forward in space or time, in front. Aid. Money, food, etc. that is sent to help countries in difficult situations. Aim. The purpose of doing something, what somebody is trying to achieve. Air. The mixture of gases that surrounds the earth and that we breathe. Aircraft. Any vehicle that can fly and carry goods or passengers. Airport. A place where planes land and take off and that has buildings for passengers to wait in. Alarm. Fear and anxiety that somebody feels when something dangerous or unpleasant might happen. Alarmed. Anxious or afraid that something dangerous or unpleasant might happen. Alarming. Causing worry and fear. Alcohol. Drinks such as beer, wine, etc. that can make people drunk. Alcoholic. Connected with or containing alcohol. Alive. Living, not dead. All. The whole number of. Allied. Connected with countries that unite to fight a war together, especially the countries that fought together against Germany in the First and Second World Wars. Allow. To let somebody/something do something, to let something happen or be done. Allow for. To consider or include somebody/something when calculating something. All right. Acceptable, in an acceptable manner. Ally. A country that has agreed to help and support another country, especially in case of a war. Ally. To give your support to another group or country. Almost. Not quite. Alone. Without any other people. Along. From one end to or towards the other end of something. Alongside. Next to or at the side of somebody/something. Aloud. In a voice that other people can hear. Alphabet. A set of letters or symbols in a fixed order used for writing a language. Alphabetical. According to the correct order of the letters of the alphabet. Alphabetically. In the order of the letters of the alphabet. Already. Before now or before a particular time in the past. Also. In addition, to. Alter. To become different, to make somebody/something different. Alternative. A thing that you can choose to do or have out of two or more possibilities. Alternatively. Used to introduce a suggestion that is a second choice or possibility. Although. Used for introducing a statement that makes the main statement in a sentence seem surprising. Altogether. Used to emphasize something, completely, in every way. always. At all times, on every occasion. A.M. Between midnight and midday. Amaze. To surprise somebody very much. What amazes me is how long she managed to hide it from us. Amazed. Very surprised. Amazing. Very surprising, especially in a way that makes you feel pleasure or admiration. Ambition. Something that you want to do or achieve very much. Ambulance. A vehicle with special equipment, used for taking sick or injured people to a hospital. Among. Surrounded by somebody/something, in the middle of somebody/something. Amount. A sum of money. Amount to. To add up to something, to make something as a total. Amuse. To make somebody laugh or smile. Amused. Thinking that somebody/something is funny, so that you smile or laugh. Amusing. Funny and enjoyable. Analyze. To examine the nature or structure of something, especially by separating it into its parts, in order to understand or explain it. Analysis. The detailed study or examination of something in order to understand more about it, the result of the study. Ancient. Belonging to a period of history that is thousands of years in the past. And. Also, in addition to. Anger. The strong feeling that you have when something has happened that you think is bad and unfair. Angle. The space between two lines or surfaces that join, measured in degrees. Angrily. In a way that shows you have strong feelings about something that you dislike very much or about an unfair situation. Angry. Having strong feelings about something that you dislike very much or about an unfair situation. Animal. A creature that is not a bird, a fish, an insect or a human. Ankle. The joint connecting the foot to the leg. Anniversary. A date that is an exact number of years after the date of an important or special event. Announce. To tell people something officially, especially about a decision, plans, etc. Annoy. To make somebody slightly angry. Annoyed. Slightly angry. Annoying. Making somebody feel slightly angry. Annual. Happening or done once every year. Annually. Once a year. Another. One more, an extra thing or person. Answer. Something that you say, write, or do to react to a question or situation. Anti. Opposed to, against. Anticipate. To expect something. Anxiety. The state of feeling nervous or worried that something bad is going to happen. Anxious. Feeling worried or nervous. Anxiously. In a worried or nervous way. Any. Used with uncountable or plural nouns in negative sentences and questions, after etc. to refer to an amount or a number of something, however large or small. Anybody. Anyone. Anyone. Used in questions and negatives to mean a person or people. Anything. Used in questions and negatives to mean something. Anyway. Used when adding something to support an idea or argument. Anywhere. Used in negative sentences and in questions instead of somewhere. Apart. Separated by a distance of space or time. Apart from. Except for. I've finished apart from the last question. Apartment. A set of rooms for living in, usually on one floor of a building. Apologize. To say that you are sorry for doing something wrong or causing a problem. Apparent. Easy to see or understand. Apparently. According to what you have heard or read, according to the way something appears. Appeal. A formal request to a court or to somebody in authority for a judgment or a decision to be changed. Appear. To give the impression of being or doing something. Appearance. The way that somebody/something looks on the outside, what somebody/something seems to be. Apple. A round fruit with shiny red or green skin and firm white flesh. Application. A formal, often written, request for something, such as a job, permission to do something or a place at a college or university. Apply. To make a formal request, usually in writing, for something such as a job, a place at college, university, etc. Appoint. To choose somebody for a job or position of responsibility. Appointment. A formal arrangement to meet or visit somebody at a particular time, especially for a reason connected with their work. Appreciate. To recognize the good qualities of somebody/something. Approach. To come near to somebody/something in distance or time. Appropriate. Suitable, acceptable, or correct for the particular circumstances. Approval. The feeling that somebody/something is good or acceptable, a positive opinion of somebody/something. Approve. To think that somebody/something is good, acceptable, or suitable. Approving. Showing that you believe that somebody/something is good or acceptable. Approximate. Almost correct or accurate, but not completely so. Approximately. Used to show that something is almost, but not completely, accurate or correct. April. The fourth month of the year, between March and May. Area. Part of a place, town, etc., or a region of a country or the world. Argue. To speak angrily to somebody because you disagree with them. Argument. A conversation or discussion in which two or more people disagree, often angrily. Arise. To happen, to start to exist. Arm. Either of the two long parts that stick out from the top of the body and connect the shoulders to the hands. Armed. Involving the use of weapons. Arms. Weapons, especially as used by the Army, Navy, etc. Army. A large organized group of soldiers who are trained to fight on land. Around. Approximately. Arrange. To plan or organize something in advance. Arrangement. A plan or preparation that you make so that something can happen. Arrest. If the police arrest somebody, the person is taken to a and kept there because the police believe they may be guilty of a crime. Arrival. An act of coming or being brought to a place. Arrive. To get to a place, especially at the end of a journey. Arrive at. To decide on or find something, especially after discussion and thought. Arrow. A thin stick with a sharp point at one end, which is shot from a bow. Art. The use of the imagination to express ideas or feelings, particularly in painting, drawing or sculpture. Article. A piece of writing about a particular subject in a newspaper or magazine. Artificial. Made or produced to copy something natural, not real. Artificially. In a way that copies something natural. Artist. A person who creates works of art, especially paintings or drawings. Artistic. Connected with art or artists. Artistically. In a way that is connected with art or artists. As. Used to describe somebody/something appearing to be somebody/something else. Ashamed. Feeling shame or embarrassment about somebody/something or because of something you have done. Aside. To one side, out of the way. Aside from. Apart from. Ask. To say or write something in the form of a question, in order to get information. Asleep. Sleeping. Aspect. A particular part or feature of a situation, an idea, a problem, etc., a way in which it may be considered. Assist. To help somebody to do something. Assistance. Help or support. Assistant. A person who helps or supports somebody, usually in their job. Associate. To make a connection between people or things in your mind. Associated. If one thing is associated with another, the two things are connected because they happen together or one thing causes the other. Association. An official group of people who have joined together for a particular purpose. Assume. To think or accept that something is true but without having proof of it. Assure. To tell somebody that something is definitely true or is definitely going to happen, especially when they have doubts about it. At. Used to say where something/somebody is or where something happens. Atmosphere. The mixture of gases that surrounds the Earth. Atom. The smallest particle of a chemical element that can exist. Attach. To fasten or join one thing to another. Attached. Full of affection for somebody/something. Attack. An act of using violence to try to hurt or kill somebody. Attempt. An act of trying to do something, especially something difficult, often with no success. Attempted. That somebody has tried to do but without success. Attend. To be present at an event. Attend to. To deal with somebody/something, to take care of somebody/something. Attention. The act of listening to, looking at, or thinking about something/somebody carefully. Attitude. The way that you think and feel about somebody/something, the way that you behave towards somebody/something that shows how you think and feel. Attorney. A lawyer, especially one who can act for somebody in court. Attract. If you are attracted by something, it interests you and makes you want it. If you are attracted by somebody, you like or admire them. Attraction. A feeling of liking somebody, especially sexually. Attractive. Pleasant to look at, especially in a sexual way. Audience. The group of people who have gathered to watch or listen to something, a play, concert, somebody speaking, etc. August. The 8th month of the year, between July and September. Aunt. The sister of your father or mother, the wife of your uncle. Author. A person who writes books or the person who wrote a particular book. Authority. The power to give orders to people. Automatic. Having controls that work without needing a person to operate them. Automatically. Without needing a person to operate controls. Autumn. The season of the year between summer and winter, when leaves change color and the weather becomes colder. Available. That you can get, buy, or find. Average. Calculated by adding several amounts together, finding a total, and dividing the total by the number of amounts. Avoid. To prevent something bad from happening. Awake. Not asleep, especially immediately before or after sleeping. Award. A prize such as money, etc. for something that somebody has done. Aware. Knowing or realizing something. Away. To or at a distance from somebody/something in space or time. Awful. Very bad or unpleasant. Awfully. Very, extremely. Awkward. Making you feel embarrassed. Awkwardly. In a way that makes you feel embarrassed or shows that somebody is embarrassed. Baby. A very young child or animal. Back. The part of the human body that is on the opposite side to the chest, between the neck and the tops of the legs, the part of an animal body that corresponds to this. Background. The details of a person, family, education, experience, etc. Back up. To move backwards, especially in a vehicle. Backward. Directed or moving towards the back. Backwards. Towards a place or position that is behind. Bacteria. The simplest and smallest forms of life. Bacteria exist in large numbers in air, water, and soil, and also in living and dead creatures and plants, and are often a cause of disease. Bad. Unpleasant, full of problems. Badly. Not skillfully or not carefully. Bad-tempered. Often angry, in an angry mood. Bag. A container made of paper or plastic, that opens at the top, used especially in shops/stores. Baggage. The beliefs and attitudes that somebody has as a result of their past experiences. Bake. To cook food in an oven without extra fat or liquid, to be cooked in this way. Balance. A situation in which different things exist in equal, correct, or good amounts. Ball. A round object used for throwing, hitting, or kicking in games and sports. Ban. To decide or say officially that something is not allowed. Band. A small group of musicians who play popular music together, often with a singer or singers. Bandage. A strip of cloth used for tying around a part of the body that has been hurt in order to protect or support it. Bank. An organization that provides various financial services, for example keeping or lending money. Bar. A place where you can buy and drink alcoholic and other drinks. Bargain. A thing bought for less than the usual price. Barrier. An object like a fence that prevents people from moving forward from one place to another. Base. The lowest part of something, especially the part or surface on which it rests or stands. Based. If one thing is based on another, it uses it or is developed from it. Base on. To use an idea, a fact, a situation, etc. as the point from which something can be developed. Basic. Forming the part of something that is most necessary and from which other things develop. Basically. In the most important ways, without considering things that are less important. Basis. The reason why people take a particular action. Bath. A large, long container that you put water in and then get into to wash your whole body. Bathroom. A room in which there is a bath/bathtub, a wash basin, and often a toilet. Battery. A device that is placed inside a car engine, clock, radio, etc., and that produces the electricity that makes it work. Battle. A fight between armies, ships, or planes, especially during a war, a violent fight between groups of people. Bay. A part of the sea, or of a large lake, partly surrounded by a wide curve of the land. B. To exist, to be present. Beach. An area of sand or small stones called shingle beside the sea or a lake. Beak. The hard-pointed or curved outer part of a bird mouth. Bear. To be able to accept and deal with something unpleasant. Beard. Hair that grows on the chin and cheeks of a man's face, similar hair that grows on some animals. Beat. To defeat somebody in a game or competition. Beat up. To hit or kick somebody hard, many times. Beautiful. Having beauty, pleasing to the senses or to the mind. Beautifully. In a beautiful way. Beauty. The quality of being pleasing to the senses or to the mind. Because. For the reason that. Because of. Used before a noun or noun phrase to say that somebody/something is the reason for something. Become. To start to be something. Bed. A piece of furniture for sleeping on. Bedroom. A room for sleeping in. Beef. Meat that comes from a cow. Beer. An alcoholic drink made from malt and flavored with hops. There are many types of beer. Before. Earlier than somebody/something. Begin. To start doing something, to do the first part of something. Beginning. The time when something starts, the first part of an event, a story, etc. Behalf. In order to help somebody. Behave. To do things in a particular way. Behavior. The way that somebody behaves, especially towards other people. Behind. At or towards the back of somebody/something, and often hidden by it or them. Be left over. To remain when all that is needed has been used. Believe. A strong feeling that something/somebody exists or is true, confidence that something/somebody is good or right. Believe. To feel certain that something is true or that somebody is telling you the truth. Believe in. To feel certain that somebody/something exists. Bell. A hollow metal object, often shaped like a cup, that makes a ringing sound when hit by a small piece of metal inside it, the sound that it makes. Belong. To be in the right or suitable place. Belong to. To be owned by somebody. Below. At or to a lower level or position than somebody/something. Belt. A long narrow piece of leather, cloth, etc. that you wear around the waist. Bend. To lean, or make something lean, in a particular direction. Beneath. In or to a lower position than somebody/something. Benefit. An advantage that something gives you, a helpful and useful effect that something has. Bent. Not straight. beside, next to or at the side of somebody/something. Best. Of the most excellent type or quality. Bet. To risk money on a race or an event by trying to predict the result. Better. Of a higher standard or less poor quality, not as bad as something else. Betting. The act of risking money, etc. on the unknown result of an event. Between. In or into the space separating two or more points, objects, people, etc. Beyond. On or to the further side of something. Bicycle. A road vehicle with two wheels that you ride by pushing the pedals with your feet. Bid. To offer to pay a particular price for something, especially at an auction. Big. Large in size, degree, amount, etc. Bike. A bicycle. Bill. A document that shows how much you owe somebody for goods or services. Billion. 1,000,000,000, 1,000 million. Bin. A container that you put waste in. Biology. The scientific study of the life and structure of plants and animals. Bird. A creature that is covered with feathers and has 2 wings and 2 legs. Most birds can fly. Birth. The time when a baby is born, the process of being born. Birthday. The day in each year which is the same date as the one on which you were born. Biscuit. A small flat dry cake for one person, usually sweet, and baked until crisp. Bit. Rather. Bite. To use your teeth to cut into or through something. Bitter. Very serious and unpleasant, with a lot of anger and hatred involved. Bitterly. In a way that shows feelings of sadness or anger. Black. Having the very darkest color, like coal or the sky at night. Blade. The flat part of a knife, tool, or machine, which has a sharp edge or edges for cutting. Blame. To think or say that somebody/something is responsible for something bad. Blank. Empty, with nothing written, printed, or recorded on it. Blind. Not able to see. Block. A large piece of a solid material that is square or rectangular in shape and usually has flat sides. Blonde. Pale gold in color. Blood. The red liquid that flows through the bodies of humans and animals. Blow. To send out air from the mouth. Blow out. If a flame, etc. blows out, it is put out by the wind, etc. Blow up. To explode, to be destroyed by an explosion. Blue. Having the color of a clear sky or the sea/ocean on a clear day. Board. A long thin piece of strong hard material, especially wood, used, for example, for making floors, building walls and roofs and making boats. Boat. A vehicle, smaller than a ship, that travels on water, moved by oars, sails or a motor. Body. The whole physical structure of a human or an animal. Boil. When a liquid boils or when you boil it, it is heated to the point where it forms bubbles and turns to steam or vapor. Bomb. A weapon designed to explode at a particular time or when it is dropped or thrown. Bone. Any of the hard parts that form the skeleton of the body of a human or an animal. Book. A set of printed pages that are fastened inside a cover so that you can turn them and read them. Boot. A strong shoe that covers the foot and ankle and often the lower part of the leg. Border. The line that divides two countries or areas, the land near this line. Bore. To make somebody feel bored, especially by talking too much. Bored. Feeling tired and impatient because you have lost interest in somebody/something or because you have nothing to do. Boring. Not interesting, making you feel tired and impatient. Born. To come out of your mother body at the beginning of your life. Borrow. To take and use something that belongs to somebody else, and return it to them at a later time. Boss. A person who is in charge of other people at work and tells them what to do. Both. Used with plural nouns to mean the two or the one as well as the other. Bother. To spend time and/or energy doing something. Bottle. A glass or plastic container, usually round with straight sides and a narrow neck, used especially for storing liquids. Bottom. The lowest part of something. Bound. Certain or likely to happen, or to do or be something. Bowl. A deep round dish with a wide open top, used especially for holding food or liquid. Box. A container made of wood, cardboard, metal, etc. with a flat stiff base and sides and often a lid, used especially for holding solid things. Boy. A male child or a young male person. Boyfriend. A man or boy that somebody has a romantic or sexual relationship with. Brain. The organ inside the head that controls movement, thought, memory and feeling. Branch. A part of a tree that grows out from the main stem and on which leaves, flowers and fruit grow. Brand. A type of product made by a particular company. Brave. Willing to do things which are difficult, dangerous, or painful, not afraid. Bread. A type of food made from flour, water, and usually yeast mixed together and baked. Break. To be damaged and separated into two or more parts, as a result of force, to damage something in this way. Break down. To stop working because of a fault. Breakfast. The first meal of the day. Break in. To enter a building by force. Break into. To enter a building by force, to open a car, etc. by force. Break off. To become separated from something as a result of force. Break out. To start suddenly. Break up. To separate into smaller pieces. Breast. Either of the two round soft parts at the front of a woman body that produce milk when she has had a baby. Breath. The air that you take into your lungs and send out again. Breathe. To take air into your lungs and send it out again through your nose or mouth. Breathe in. To take air into your lungs through your nose or mouth. Breathe out. To send air out of your lungs through your nose or mouth. Breathing. The action of taking air into the lungs and sending it out again. Breed. To have sex and produce young. Brick. Baked clay used for building walls, houses, and other buildings, an individual block of this. Bridge. A structure that is built over a road, railway/railroad, river, etc. so that people or vehicles can cross from one side to the other. Brief. Lasting only a short time, short. Briefly. For a short time. Bright. Full of light, shining strongly, brightly, with a lot of light, with strong light, brilliant, extremely clever or impressive, bring, to come to a place with somebody/something, bring back, to return somebody/something, bring down, to make somebody lose power or be defeated, bring forward, to move something to an earlier date or time, bring out, to make people go on strike, bring up, to care for a child, teaching him or her how to behave, etc. Broad, wide, broadcast, to send out programs on television or radio, broadly, generally, without considering details, broken, that has been damaged or injured, no longer whole or working correctly, brother, a boy or man who has the same mother and father as another person, brown, having the color of earth or coffee, brush, an object made of short stiff hairs, called bristles, or wires set in a block of wood or plastic, usually attached to a handle. Brushes are used for many different jobs, such as cleaning, painting, and tidying your hair. Bubble, a ball of air or gas in a liquid, or a ball of air inside a solid substance such as glass. Budget, the money that is available to a person or an organization in a plan of how it will be spent over a period of time. Build, to make something, especially a building, by putting parts together. Building, a structure such as a house or school that has a roof and walls. Build up, to become greater, more powerful, or larger in number. Bullet, a small metal object that is fired from a gun. Bunch, a number of things of the same type which are growing or fastened together. Burn, to produce flames and heat. Burn down, if a fire burns down it becomes weaker and has smaller flames. Burnt, damaged or injured by burning. Burst, to break open or apart, especially because of pressure from inside, to make something break in this way. Burst into, to start producing something suddenly and with great force. Burst out, to speak suddenly, loudly, and with strong feeling. Bury, to place a dead body in a grave. Bus, a large road vehicle that carries passengers, especially one that travels along a fixed route and stops regularly to let people get on and off. Bush, a plant that grows thickly with several hard stems coming up from the root. Business, the activity of making, buying, selling or supplying goods or services for money. Businessman, a man who works in business, especially at a high level. Busy, having a lot to do, perhaps not free to do something else because you are working on something. But, used to introduce a word or phrase that contrasts with what was said before. Butter, a soft yellow food made from cream, used in cooking and for spreading on bread. Button, a small round piece of metal, plastic, etc. that is sewn onto a piece of clothing and used for fastening two parts together. Buy, to obtain something by paying money for it. Buyer, a person who buys something, especially something expensive. Buy, near somebody/something, at the side of somebody/something, beside somebody/something. Bye, goodbye. Cabinet, a group of chosen members of a government, which is responsible for advising and deciding on government policy. Cable. Thick strong metal rope used on ships, for supporting bridges, etc. Cake. A sweet food made from a mixture of flour, eggs, butter, sugar, etc. that is baked in an oven. Cakes are made in various shapes and sizes and are often decorated, for example with cream or icing. Calculate. To use numbers to find out a total number, amount, distance, etc. Calculation. The act or process of using numbers to find out an amount. Call. To give somebody/something a particular name, to use a particular name or title when you are talking to somebody. Call back. To telephone somebody again or to telephone somebody who telephoned you earlier. Called. Having a particular name. Call for. To collect somebody in order to go somewhere. Call off. To order a dog or a person to stop attacking, searching, etc. Call up. To make a telephone call to somebody. Calm. Not excited, nervous or upset. Calm down. To become or make somebody become calm. Calmly. In a way that shows you are not excited, nervous or upset. Camera. A piece of equipment for taking photographs, moving pictures, or television pictures. Camp. A place where people live temporarily in tents or temporary buildings. Campaign. A series of planned activities that are intended to achieve a particular social, commercial or political aim. Camping. Living in a tent, etc. on holiday/vacation. Can one. Used to say that it is possible for somebody/something to do something, or for something to happen. Can 2. A metal container in which food and drink is sold. Cancel. To decide that something that has been arranged will not now take place. Cancer. A serious disease in which growths of cells, also called cancers, form in the body and kill normal body cells. The disease often causes death. Candidate. A person who is trying to be elected or is applying for a job. Candy. Sweet food made of sugar and/or chocolate, eaten between meals, a piece of this. Cannot. Cannot. Cap. A type of soft flat hat with a peak, a hard curved part sticking out in frontispiece worn especially by men and boys, often as part of a uniform. Capable. Having the ability or qualities necessary for doing something. Capacity. The number of things or people that a container or space can hold. Capital. The most important town or city of a country, usually where the central government operates from. Captain. The person in charge of a ship or commercial aircraft. Capture. To catch a person or an animal and keep them as a prisoner or in a confined space. Car. A road vehicle with an engine and 4 wheels that can carry a small number of passengers. Card. Thick stiff paper. Cardboard. Stiff material like very thick paper, often used for making boxes. Care. The process of caring for somebody/something and providing what they need for their health or protection. Career. The series of jobs that a person has in a particular area of work, usually involving more responsibility as time passes. Care for. To look after somebody who is sick, very old, very young, etc. Careful. giving attention or thought to what you are doing so that you avoid hurting yourself, damaging something or doing something wrong. Carefully. With a lot of attention or thought, so that you avoid hurting yourself, damaging something or doing something wrong. Careless. Not giving enough attention and thought to what you are doing, so that you make mistakes. Carelessly. Without giving enough attention and thought to what you are doing, so that you make mistakes or damage things. Carpet. A thick woven material made of wool, etc. for covering floors or stairs. Carrot. A long pointed orange root vegetable. Carry. To support the weight of somebody/something and take them or it from place to place, to take somebody/something from one place to another. Carry on. To continue moving. Carry out. To do something that you have said you will do or have been asked to do. Case. A particular situation or a situation of a particular type. Cash. Money in the form of coins or notes/bills. Cast. To look, smile, etc. in a particular direction. Castle. A large strong building with thick high walls and towers, built in the past by kings or queens, or other important people, to defend themselves against attack. Cat. A small animal with soft fur that people often keep as a pet. Cats catch and kill birds and mice. Catch. To stop and hold a moving object, especially in your hands. Catch up. To reach somebody who is ahead by going faster. Category. A group of people or things with particular features in common. Cause. The person or thing that makes something happen. CD. The abbreviation for, a small disc on which sound or information is recorded. CDs are played on a special machine called a CD player. Cease. To stop happening or existing, to stop something from happening or existing. Ceiling. The top inside surface of a room. Celebrate. To show that a day or an event is important by doing something special on it. Celebration. A special event that people organize in order to celebrate something. Cell. A room for one or more prisoners in a prison or police station. Cell phone. A telephone that does not have wires and works by radio, that you can carry with you and use anywhere. Cent. A coin and unit of money worth 1% of the main unit of money in many countries, for example of the US dollar or of the euro. Centimeter. A unit for measuring length. There are 100 centimeters in a meter. Central. Most important. Center. The middle point or part of something. Century. A period of 100 years. Ceremony. A public or religious occasion that includes a series of formal or traditional actions. Certain. That you can rely on to happen or to be true. Certainly. Without doubt. Certificate. An official document that may be used to prove that the facts it states are true. Chain. A series of connected metal rings, used for pulling or fastening things, a length of chain used for a particular purpose. Chair. A piece of furniture for one person to sit on, with a back, a seat, and 4 legs. Chairman. The person in charge of a meeting, who tells people when they can speak, etc. Chairwoman. A woman in charge of a meeting, a committee, or an organization. Challenge. A new or difficult task that tests somebody's ability and skill. Chamber. A hall in a public building that is used for formal meetings. Chance. A possibility of something happening, especially something that you want. Change. To become different. Change round. To move things or people into different positions. Channel. A television station. Chapter. A separate section of a book, usually with a number or title. Character. All the qualities and features that make a person, groups of people, and places different from others. Characteristic. Very typical of something or of somebody. Character. Charge. The amount of money that somebody asks for goods and services. Charity. An organization for helping people in need. Chart. A page or sheet of information in the form of diagrams, lists of figures, etc. Chase. To run, drive, etc. after somebody/something in order to catch them. Chase away. To force somebody/something to run away. Chat. To talk in a friendly informal way to somebody. Cheap. Costing little money or less money than you expected. Cheaply. Without spending or costing much money. Cheat. To trick somebody or make them believe something which is not true. Cheat of. To prevent somebody from having something, especially in a way that is not honest or fair. Check. To examine something to see if it is correct, safe, or acceptable. Check-in. To go to a desk in a hotel, an airport, etc., and tell an official there that you have arrived. Check into. To arrive at a hotel or private hospital to begin your stay there. Check on. To make sure that there is nothing wrong with somebody/something. Check out. To be found to be true or acceptable after being examined. Check over. To examine something carefully to make sure that it is correct or acceptable. Check up on. To make sure that somebody is doing what they should be doing. Cheek. Either side of the face below the eyes. Cheerful. Happy, and showing it by the way that you behave. Cheerfully. In a way that shows you are happy. Cheese. A type of food made from milk that can be either soft or hard and is usually white or yellow in color, a particular type of this food. Chemical. Connected with chemistry. Chemist. A person whose job is to prepare and sell medicines, and who works in a shop. Chemistry. The scientific study of the structure of substances, how they react when combined or in contact with one another, and how they behave under different conditions. Check. A printed form that you can write on and sign as a way of paying for something instead of using money. Chest. The top part of the front of the body, between the neck and the stomach. Chew. To bite food into small pieces in your mouth with your teeth to make it easier to swallow. Chicken. A large bird that is often kept for its eggs or meat. Chief. Most important. Child. A young human who is not yet an adult. Chin. The part of the face below the mouth and above the neck. Chip. The place from which a small piece of wood, glass, etc. has broken from an object. Chocolate. A hard brown sweet food made from cocoa beans, used in cooking to add flavor to cakes, etc. or eaten as a sweet/candy. Choice. An act of choosing between two or more possibilities, something that you can choose. Choose. To decide which thing or person you want out of the ones that are available. Chop. To cut something into pieces with a sharp tool such as a knife. Chop down. To make something, such as a tree, fall by cutting it at the base with a sharp tool. Chop off. To remove something by cutting it with a sharp tool. Church. A building where Christians go to worship. Cigarette. A thin tube of paper filled with tobacco, for smoking. Cinema. A building in which films/movies are shown. Circle. A completely round flat shape. Circumstance. The conditions and facts that are connected with and affect a situation, an event, or an action. Citizen. A person who has the legal right to belong to a particular country. City. A large and important town. Civil. Connected with the people who live in a country. Claim. To say that something is true although it has not been proved and other people may not believe it. Clap. To hit your open hands together several times to show that you approve of or have enjoyed something. Class. A group of students who are taught together. Classic. Accepted or deserving to be accepted as one of the best or most important of its kind. Classroom. A room where a class of children or students is taught. Clean. Not dirty. Clean up. To win or make a lot of money. Clear. Easy to understand and not causing any confusion. Clearly. In a way that is easy to see or hear. Clear out. To leave a place quickly. Clear up. To become fine or bright. Clerk. A person whose job is to keep the records or accounts in an office, shop/store etc. Clever. Quick at learning and understanding things. Click. To make or cause something to make a short sharp sound. Client. A person who uses the services or advice of a professional person or organization. Climate. The regular pattern of weather conditions of a particular place. Climb. To go up something towards the top. Climbing. The sport or activity of climbing rocks or mountains. Clock. An instrument for measuring and showing time, in a room, on the wall of a building or on a computer screen, not worn or carried like a watch. Close 1. To put something into a position so that it covers an opening, to get into this position. Close 2. Near in space or time. Closed. Shut. Closely. Near in space or time. Closet. A small room or a space in a wall with a door that reaches the floor, used for storing things. Cloth. Material made by weaving or knitting cotton, wool, silk, etc. Clothes. The things that you wear, such as trousers/pants, dresses, and jackets. Clothing. Clothes, especially a particular type of clothes. Cloud. A gray or white mass made of very small drops of water, that floats in the sky. Club. A group of people who meet together regularly, for a particular activity, sport, etc. Coach. A person who trains a person or team in sport. Coal. A hard black mineral that is found below the ground and burnt to produce heat. Coast. the land beside or near to the sea or ocean. Coat. A piece of outdoor clothing that is worn over other clothes to keep warm or dry. Coats have sleeves and may be long or short. Code. A system of words, letters, numbers, or symbols that represent a message or record information secretly or in a shorter form. Coffee. The roasted seeds, called coffee beans, of a tropical bush, a powder made from them. Coin. A small flat piece of metal used as money. Cold. Having a lower than usual temperature, having a temperature lower than the human body. Coldly. Without any emotion or warm feelings, in an unfriendly way. Collapse. To fall down or fall in suddenly, often after breaking apart. Colleague. A person that you work with, especially in a profession or a business. Collect. To bring things together from different people or places. Collection. A group of objects, often of the same sort, that have been collected. College. In Britain, a place where students go to study or to receive training after they have left school. Color. The appearance that things have that results from the way in which they reflect light. Red, orange and green are colors. Colored. Having a particular color or different colors. Column. A tall, solid, vertical post, usually round and made of stone, which supports or decorates a building or stands alone as a monument. Combination. Two or more things joined or mixed together to form a single unit. Combine. To come together to form a single thing or group, to join two or more things or groups together to form a single one. Come. To move to or towards a person or place. Come across. To be understood. Come down. To break and fall to the ground. Comedy. A play or film/movie that is intended to be funny, usually with a happy ending. Plays and films/movies of this type. Come from. To have as your place of birth or the place where you live. Come in. When the tide comes in, it moves towards the land. Come off. To be able to be removed. Come on. To walk onto the stage. Come out. When the sun, moon, or stars come out, they appear. Come round. To become conscious again. Come to. To enter your mind. Come up. To appear above the soil. Come up to. To reach as far as a particular point. Comfort. The state of being physically relaxed and free from pain, the state of having a pleasant life, with everything that you need. Comfortable. Making you feel physically relaxed, pleasant to wear, sit on, etc. Comfortably. In a comfortable way. Command. An order given to a person or an animal. Comment. Something that you say or write which gives an opinion on or explains somebody/something. Commercial. Connected with the buying and selling of goods and services. Commission. An official group of people who have been given responsibility to control something, or to find out about something, usually for the government. Commit. To do something wrong or illegal. Commitment. A promise to do something or to behave in a particular way, a promise to support somebody/something, the fact of committing yourself. Committee. A group of people who are chosen, usually by a larger group, to make decisions or to deal with a particular subject. Common. Happening often, existing in large numbers or in many places. Commonly. Usually, very often, by most people. Communicate. To exchange information, news, ideas, etc. with somebody. Communication. The activity or process of expressing ideas and feelings or of giving people information. Community. All the people who live in a particular area, country, etc. when talked about as a group. Company. A business organization that makes money by producing or selling goods or services. Compare. To examine people or things to see how they are similar and how they are different. Comparison. The process of comparing two or more people or things. Compete. To try to be more successful or better than somebody else who is trying to do the same as you. Competition. A situation in which people or organizations compete with each other for something that not everyone can have. Competitive. Used to describe a situation in which people or organizations compete against each other. Complain. To say that you are annoyed, unhappy or not satisfied about somebody/something. Complaint. A reason for not being satisfied, a statement that somebody makes saying that they are not satisfied. Complete. Used when you are emphasizing something, to mean to the greatest degree possible. Completely. In every way possible. Complex. Made of many different things or parts that are connected, difficult to understand. Complicate. To make something more difficult to do, understand, or deal with. Complicated. Made of many different things or parts that are connected, difficult to understand. Computer. An electronic machine that can store, organize, and find information, do calculations and control other machines. Concentrate. To give all your attention to something and not think about anything else. Concentrate on. To spend more time doing one particular thing than others. Concentration. The ability to direct all your effort and attention on one thing, without thinking of other things. Concept. An idea or a principle that is connected with something abstract. Concern. To affect somebody/something, to involve somebody/something. Concerned. Worried and feeling concern about something. Concerning. About something, involving somebody/something. Concert. A public performance of music. Conclude. To decide or believe something as a result of what you have heard or seen. Conclusion. Something that you decide when you have thought about all the information connected with the situation. Concrete. Made of concrete. Condition. The state that something is in. Conduct. To organize and/or do a particular activity. Conduct. A person behavior in a particular place or in a particular situation. Conference. A large official meeting, usually lasting for a few days, at which people with the same work or interests come together to discuss their views. Confidence. The feeling that you can trust, believe in and be sure about the abilities or good qualities of somebody/something. Confident. Feeling sure about your own ability to do things and be successful. Confidently. In a way that shows that you feel sure about your own ability to do things and be successful. Confine. To keep somebody/something inside the limits of a particular activity, subject, area, etc. Confined. Small and surrounded by walls or sides. Confirm. To state or show that something is definitely true or correct, especially by providing evidence. Conflict. A situation in which people, groups, or countries are involved in a serious disagreement or argument. Conflict. If two ideas, beliefs, stories, etc. conflict, it is not possible for them to exist together or for them both to be true. Confront. To appear and need to be dealt with by somebody. Confuse. To make somebody unable to think clearly or understand something. Confused. Unable to think clearly or to understand what is happening or what somebody is saying. Confusing. Difficult to understand, not clear. Confusion. A state of not being certain about what is happening, what you should do, what something means, etc. Congratulate. To tell somebody that you are pleased about their success or achievements. Congratulation. A message congratulating somebody, saying that you are happy about their good luck or success. Congress. A large formal meeting or series of meetings where representatives from different groups discuss ideas, make decisions, etc. Connect. To join together two or more things, to be joined together. Connected. Of two or more things or people, having a link between them. Connection. Something that connects two facts, ideas, etc. Conscious. Aware of something, noticing something. Consequence. A result of something that has happened. Conservative. Opposed to great or sudden social change, showing that you prefer traditional styles and values. Consider. To think about something carefully, especially in order to make a decision. Considerable. Great in amount, size, importance, etc. Considerably. Much, a lot. Consideration. The act of thinking carefully about something. Consist in something. Formal, to have something as the main or only part or feature. Consist of. To be formed from the people or things mentioned. Constant. Happening all the time or repeatedly. Constantly. All the time, repeatedly. Construct. To build or make something such as a road, building, or machine. Construction. The process or method of building or making something, especially roads, buildings, bridges, etc. Consult. To go to somebody for information or advice. Consumer. A person who buys goods or uses services. Contact. The act of communicating with somebody, especially regularly. Contain. If something contains something else, it has that thing inside it or as part of it. Container. A box, bottle, etc. in which something can be stored or transported. Contemporary. Belonging to the same time. Content 1. The things that are contained in something. Contest. A competition in which people try to win something. Context. The situation in which something happens and that helps you to understand it. Continent. One of the large land masses of the Earth, such as Europe, Asia, or Africa. Continue. To keep existing or happening without stopping. Continuous. Happening or existing for a period of time without interruption. Continuously. In a way that happens or exists for a period of time without interruption. Contract. An official written agreement. Contract. To become less or smaller, to make something become less or smaller. Contrast. A difference between two or more people or things that you can see clearly when they are compared or put close together, the fact of comparing two or more things in order to show the differences between them. Contrast. To compare two things in order to show the differences between them. Contrasting. Very different in style, color, or attitude. Contribute. To give something, especially money or goods, to help somebody/something. Contribution. A sum of money that is given to a person or an organization in order to help pay for something. Control. The power to make decisions about how a country, an area, an organization, etc. is run. Controlled. Done or arranged in a very careful way. Convenient. Useful, easy, or quick to do, not causing problems. Convention. The way in which something is done that most people in a society expect and consider to be polite or the right way to do it. Conventional. Tending to follow what is done or considered acceptable by society in general, normal and ordinary, and perhaps not very interesting. Conversation. An informal talk involving a small group of people or only two, the activity of talking in this way. Convert. To change or make something change from one form, purpose, system, etc. to another. Convince. To make somebody/yourself believe that something is true. Cook. To prepare food by heating it, for example by boiling, baking or frying it. Cooker. A large piece of equipment for cooking food, containing an oven and gas or electric rings on top. Cookie. A small flat sweet cake for one person, usually baked until crisp. Cooking. The process of preparing food. Cool. Fairly cold, not hot or warm. Cool down. To become cool or cooler. Cope. To deal successfully with something difficult. Copy. A thing that is made to be the same as something else, especially a document or a work of art. Core. The hard central part of a fruit such as an apple, that contains the seeds. Corner. A part of something where two or more sides, lines, or edges join. Correct. Accurate or true, without any mistakes. Correctly. In a way that is accurate or true, without any mistakes. Cost. The amount of money that you need in order to buy, make, or do something. Cottage. A small house, especially in the country. Cotton. A plant grown in warm countries for the soft white hairs around its seeds that are used to make cloth and thread. Cough. To force out air suddenly and noisily through your throat, for example when you have a cold. Coughing. The action of coughing. Could. Used as the past tense of can. Council. A group of people who are elected to govern an area such as a city or county. Count. To say numbers in the correct order. Counter. A long flat surface over which goods are sold or business is done in a shop/store, bank, etc. Count on. To trust somebody to do something or to be sure that something will happen. Country. An area of land that has or used to have its own government and laws. Countryside. Land outside towns and cities, with fields, woods, etc. County. An area of Britain, Ireland, or the US that has its own government. Couple. Two people or things. Courage. The ability to do something dangerous, or to face pain or opposition, without showing fear. Course. A series of lessons or lectures on a particular subject. Court. The place where legal trials take place and where crimes, etc. are judged. Cousin. A child of your aunt or uncle. Cover. To place something over or in front of something in order to hide or protect it. Covered. Having a layer or amount of something on it. Covering. A layer of something that covers something else. Cover up. To put on more clothes. Cow. A large animal kept on farms to produce milk or beef. Crack. To break without dividing into separate parts, to break something in this way. Cracked. Damaged with lines in its surface but not completely broken. Craft. An activity involving a special skill at making things with your hands. Crash. An accident in which a vehicle hits something, for example another vehicle, usually causing damage and often injuring or killing the passengers. Crazy. Not sensible, stupid. Cream. The thick pale yellowish white fatty liquid that rises to the top of milk, used in cooking or as a type of sauce to put on fruit, etc. Create. To make something happen or exist. Creature. A living thing, real or imaginary, that can move around, such as an animal. Credit. An arrangement that you make, with a shop/store for example, to pay later for something you buy. Credit card. A small plastic card that you can use to buy goods and services and pay for them later. Crime. Activities that involve breaking the law. Criminal. Connected with or involving crime. Crisis. A time of great danger, difficulty, or confusion when problems must be solved or important decisions must be made. Crisp. Pleasantly hard and dry. Criterion. A standard or principle by which something is judged, or with the help of which a decision is made. Critical. Expressing disapproval of somebody/something and saying what you think is bad about them. Criticism. The act of expressing disapproval of somebody/something and opinions about their faults or bad qualities, a statement showing disapproval. Criticize. To say that you disapprove of somebody/something, to say what you do not like or think is wrong about somebody/something. Crop. A plant that is grown in large quantities, especially as food. Cross. A mark or an object formed by two lines crossing each other, X or plus. The mark, X, is often used on paper to show something. Cross out. To draw a line through a word, usually because it is wrong. Crowd. A large number of people gathered together in a public place, for example in the streets or at a sports game. Crowded. Having a lot of people or too many people. Crown. An object in the shape of a circle, usually made of gold and precious stones, that a king or queen wears on his or her head on official occasions. Crucial. Extremely important, because it will affect other things. Cruel. Having a desire to cause pain and suffering. Crush. To press or squeeze something so hard that it is damaged or injured, or loses its shape. Cry. To produce tears from your eyes because you are unhappy or hurt. Cry out. To make a loud sound without words because you are hurt, afraid, surprised, etc. Cultural. Connected with the culture of a particular society or group, its customs, beliefs, etc. Culture. The customs and beliefs, art, way of life and social organization of a particular country or group. Cup. A small container shaped like a bowl, usually with a handle, used for drinking tea, coffee, etc. Cupboard. A piece of furniture with doors and shelves used for storing dishes, food, clothes, etc. Curb. To control or limit something, especially something bad. Cure. To make a person or an animal healthy again after an illness. Curious. Having a strong desire to know about something. Curiously. In a way that shows a strong desire to know about something. Curl. To form or make something form into a curl or curls. Curl up. To lie or sit with your back curved and your arms and legs bent close to your body. Curly. Having a lot of curls or a curved shape. Current. Happening now, of the present time. Currently. At the present time. Curtain. A piece of cloth that is hung to cover a window. Curve. A line or surface that bends gradually, a smooth bend. Curved. Having a round shape. Custom. An accepted way of behaving or of doing things in a society or a community. Customer. A person or an organization that buys something from a shop/store or business. Customs. The government department that collects taxes on goods bought and sold and on goods brought into the country, and that checks what is brought in. Cut. To make an opening or a wound in something, especially with a sharp tool such as a knife or scissors. Cut back. To reduce something. Cut down. To kill somebody. Cut off. To interrupt somebody who is speaking on the telephone by breaking the connection. Cut out. If a motor or an engine cuts out, it suddenly stops working. Cut up. To behave in a noisy and silly way. Cycle. A bicycle or motorcycle. Cycling. The sport or activity of riding a bicycle. Dad. Father. Daily. Happening, done, or produced every day. Damage. Physical harm caused to something which makes it less attractive, useful, or valuable. Damp. Slightly wet, often in a way that is unpleasant. Dance. A series of movements and steps that are usually performed to music. A particular example of these movements and steps. Dancer. A person who dances or whose job is dancing. Dancing. Moving your body to music. Danger. The possibility of something happening that will injure, harm or kill somebody, or damage or destroy something. Dangerous. Likely to injure or harm somebody, or to damage or destroy something. Dare. To be brave enough to do something. Dark. With no or very little light, especially because it is night. Data. Facts or information, especially when examined and used to find out things or to make decisions. Date. A particular day of the month, sometimes in a particular year, given in numbers and words. Date back. To have existed since a particular time in the past or for the length of time mentioned. Daughter. A person, female child. Day. A period of 24 hours. Dead. No longer alive. Deaf. Unable to hear anything or unable to hear very well. Deal. To give cards to each player in a game of cards. Deal in. To buy and sell a particular product. Deal with. To take appropriate action in a particular situation or according to who you are talking to, managing, etc. Dear. Loved by or important to somebody. Death. The fact of somebody dying or being killed. Debate. A formal discussion of an issue at a public meeting or in a parliament. In a debate, two or more speakers express opposing views and then there is often a vote on the issue. Debt. A sum of money that somebody owes. Decade. A period of 10 years, especially a continuous period, such as 19101919 or 20000009. Decay. The process or result of being destroyed by natural causes or by not being cared for, equals of decaying. December. The 12th and last month of the year. Decide. To think carefully about the different possibilities that are available and choose one of them. Decide on. To choose something from a number of possibilities. Decision. A choice or judgment that you make after thinking and talking about what is the best thing to do. Declare. To say something officially or publicly. Decline. A continuous decrease in the number, value, quality, etc. of something. Decorate. To make something look more attractive by putting things on it. Decoration. A thing that makes something look more attractive on special occasions. Decorative. Decorated in a way that makes it attractive, intended to look attractive or pretty. Decrease. To become or make something become smaller in size, number, etc. Decrease. The process of reducing something or the amount that something is reduced by. Deep. Having a large distance from the top or surface to the bottom. Deeply. Very, very much. Defeat. To win against somebody in a war, competition, sports game, etc. Defense. The act of protecting somebody/something from attack, criticism, etc. Defend. To protect somebody/something from attack. Define. To say or explain what the meaning of a word or phrase is. Definite. Sure or certain, unlikely to change. Definitely. A way of emphasizing that something is true and that there is no doubt about it. Definition. An explanation of the meaning of a word or phrase, especially in a dictionary, the act of stating the meanings of words and phrases. Degree. A unit for measuring angles. Delay. A period of time when somebody/something has to wait because of a problem that makes something slow or late. Deliberate. Done on purpose rather than by accident. Deliberately. Done in a way that was planned, not by chance. Delicate. Easily damaged or broken. Delight. A feeling of great pleasure. Delighted. Very pleased. Deliver. To take goods, letters, etc. to the person or people they have been sent to take somebody somewhere. Delivery. The act of taking goods, letters, etc. to the people they have been sent to. Demand. A very firm request for something that somebody needs. Demonstrate. To show something clearly by giving proof or evidence. Dentist. A person whose job is to take care of people's teeth. Deny. To say that something is not true. Department. A section of a large organization such as a government, business, university, etc. Departure. The act of leaving a place, an example of this. Depend. According to. Depend on. To rely on somebody/something and be able to trust them. Deposit. A sum of money that is given as the first part of a larger payment. Depress. To make somebody sad and without enthusiasm or hope. Depressed. Very sad and without hope. Depressing. Making you feel very sad and without enthusiasm. Depth. The distance from the top or surface to the bottom of something. Derive from something. To come or develop from something. Derive from. To come or develop from something. Describe. To say what somebody/something is like. Description. A piece of writing or speech that says what somebody/something is like, the act of writing or saying in words what somebody/something is like. Desert. A large area of land that has very little water and very few plants growing on it. Many deserts are covered by sand. Desert. To leave somebody without help or support. Deserted. With no people in it. Deserve. If somebody/something deserves something, it is right that they should have it, because of the way they have behaved or because of what they are. Design. The general arrangement of the different parts of something that is made, such as a building, book, machine, etc. Desire. A strong wish to have or do something. Desk. A piece of furniture like a table, usually with drawers in it, that you sit at to read, write, work, etc. Desperate. Feeling or showing that you have little hope and are ready to do anything without worrying about danger to yourself or others. Desperately. In a way that shows you have little hope and are ready to do anything without worrying about danger to yourself or others. Despite. Used to show that something happened or is true although something else might have happened to prevent it. Destroy. To damage something so badly that it no longer exists, works, etc. Destruction. The act of destroying something, the process of being destroyed. Detail. A small individual fact or item, a less important fact or item. Detailed. Giving many details and a lot of information, paying great attention to details. Determination. The quality that makes you continue trying to do something even when this is difficult. Determine. To discover the facts about something, to calculate something exactly. Determined. If you are determined to do something, you have made a firm decision to do it and you will not let anyone prevent you. Develop. To gradually grow or become bigger, more advanced, stronger, etc., to make something do this. Development. The gradual growth of something so that it becomes more advanced, stronger, etc. Device. An object or a piece of equipment that has been designed to do a particular job. Devote yourself to somebody/something. To give most of your time, energy, attention, etc. to somebody/something. Devoted. Having great love for somebody/something and being loyal to them. Devote to. To give an amount of time, attention, etc. to something. Devote yourself to. To give most of your time, energy, attention, etc. to somebody/something. Diagram. A simple drawing using lines to explain where something is, how something works, etc. Diamond. A clear precious stone of pure, the hardest substance known. Diamonds are used in jewelry and also in industry, especially for cutting glass. Diary. A book with spaces for each day of the year in which you can write down things you have to do in the future. Dictionary. A book that gives a list of the words of a language in alphabetical order and explains what they mean, or gives a word for them in a foreign language. Die. To stop living. Die away. To become gradually weaker or fainter and finally disappear. Die out. To stop existing. Diet. The food that you eat and drink regularly. Difference. The way in which two people or things are not like each other, the way in which somebody/something has changed. Different. Not the same as somebody/something, not like somebody/something else. Differently. In a different way from somebody/something. Difficult. Not easy, needing effort or skill to do or to understand. Difficulty. A problem, a thing or situation that causes problems. Dig. To make a hole in the ground or to move soil from one place to another using your hands, a tool, or a machine. Digital. Using a system of receiving and sending information as a series of the numbers 1 and 0, showing that an electronic signal is there or is not there. Dinner. The main meal of the day, eaten either in the middle of the day or in the evening. Direct. Happening or done without involving other people, actions, etc. in between. Direction. The general position a person or thing moves or points towards. Directly. In a direct line or manner. Director. One of a group of senior managers who run a company. Dirt. Any substance that makes something dirty, for example dust, soil, or mud. Dirty. Not clean. Disabled. Unable to use a part of your body completely or easily because of a physical condition, an illness, an injury, etc., unable to learn easily. Disadvantage. Something that causes problems and tends to stop somebody/something from succeeding or making progress. Disagree. If two people disagree or one person disagrees with another about something, they have a different opinion about it. Disagreement. A situation where people have different opinions about something and often argue. Disagree with doing. To believe that something is bad or wrong, to disapprove of something. Disappear. To become impossible to see. Disappoint. To make somebody feel sad because something that they hope for or expect to happen does not happen or is not as good as they hoped. Disappointed. Upset because something you hoped for has not happened or been as good, successful, etc. as you expected. Disappointing. Not as good, successful, etc. as you had hoped, making you feel disappointed. Disappointment. Sadness because something has not happened or been as good, successful, etc. as you expected or hoped. Disapproval. A feeling that you do not like an idea, an action, or somebody behavior because you think it is bad, not suitable or going to have a bad effect on somebody else. Disapprove. To think that somebody/something is not good or suitable, to not approve of somebody/something. Disapproving. Showing that you do not approve of somebody/something. Disaster. An unexpected event, such as a very bad accident, a flood, or a fire, that kills a lot of people or causes a lot of damage. Disc. A thin flat round object. Discipline. The practice of training people to obey rules and orders and punishing them if they do not, the controlled behavior or situation that results from this training. Discount. An amount of money that is taken off the usual cost of something. Discover. To be the first person to become aware that a particular place or thing exists. Discovery. An act or the process of finding somebody/something, or learning about something that was not known about before. Discuss. To talk about something with somebody, especially in order to decide something. Discussion. The process of discussing somebody/something, a conversation about somebody/something. Disease. An illness affecting humans, animals, or plants, often caused by infection. Disgust. A strong feeling of dislike or disapproval for somebody/something that you feel is unacceptable, or for something that looks, smells, etc. unpleasant. Disgusted. Feeling or showing disgust. Disgusting. Extremely unpleasant. Dish. A flat shallow container for cooking food in or serving it from. Dishonest. Not honest, intending to trick people. Dishonestly. In a way that is not honest or is intended to trick people. Disk. A device for storing information on a computer, with a magnetic surface that records information received in electronic form. Dislike. To not like somebody/something. Dismiss. To decide that somebody/something is not important and not worth thinking or talking about. Display. To put something in a place where people can see it easily, to show something to people. Dissolve. To mix with a liquid and become part of it. Distance. The amount of space between two places or things. Distinguish. To recognize the difference between two people or things. Distribute. To give things to a large number of people, to share something between a number of people. Distribution. The way that something is shared or exists over a particular area or among a particular group of people. District. An area of a country or town, especially one that has particular features. Disturb. To interrupt somebody when they are trying to work, sleep, etc. Disturbing. Making you feel anxious and upset or shocked. Divide. To separate or make something separate into parts. Division. The process or result of dividing into separate parts, the process or result of dividing something or sharing it out. Divorce. The legal ending of a marriage. Divorced. No longer married. Do one. Used to refer to actions that you do not mention by name or do not know about. Do one. Used before a full verb to form negative sentences and questions. Doctor. A person who has been trained in medical science, whose job is to treat people who are ill/sick or injured. Document. An official paper or book that gives information about something, or that can be used as evidence or proof of something. Dog. An animal with 4 legs and a tail, often kept as a pet or trained for work, for example hunting or guarding buildings. There are many types of, some of which are wild. Dollar. The unit of money in the US, Canada, Australia and several other countries. Domestic. Of or inside a particular country, not foreign or international. Dominate. To control or have a lot of influence over somebody/something, especially in an unpleasant way. Door. A piece of wood, glass, etc. that is opened and closed so that people can get in and out of a room, building, car, etc., a similar thing in a cupboard/closet. Dot. A small round mark, especially one that is printed. Double. Twice as much or as many as usual. Doubt. A feeling of being uncertain about something or not believing something. Do up. To be fastened. Do something with somebody/something. Used in negative sentences and questions with, what, I don't know what to do with, equals how to use, all the food that's left over. What have you done with, equals where have you put, my umbrella. Do without. To manage without somebody/something. Down. To or at a lower place or position. Downstairs. That is on a floor of a house or building lower than the one you are on, especially the one at ground level. Downward. Moving or pointing towards a lower level. Downwards. Towards the ground or towards a lower level. Dozen. A group of 12 of the same thing. Draft. A rough written version of something that is not yet in its final form. Drag. To pull somebody/something along with effort and difficulty. Drama. A play for the theater, television, or radio. Dramatic. Sudden, very great, and often surprising. Dramatically. Very suddenly and to a very great and often surprising degree. Draw. To make pictures, or a picture of something, with a pencil, pen, or chalk, but not paint. Drawer. A part of a piece of furniture such as a desk, used for keeping things in. It is shaped like a box and has a handle on the front for pulling it out. Drawing. A picture made using a pencil or pen rather than paint. Dream. A series of images, events, and feelings that happen in your mind while you are asleep. Dress. A piece of women clothing that is made in one piece and covers the body down to the legs, sometimes reaching to below the knees, or to the ankles. Dressed. Wearing clothes and not naked or wearing clothes for sleeping. Dress up. To wear clothes that are more formal than those you usually wear. Drink. A liquid for drinking, an amount of a liquid that you drink. Drive. To operate a vehicle so that it goes in a particular direction. Drive away. To leave in a vehicle, to take somebody away in a vehicle. Drive off. To leave. Driver. A person who drives a vehicle. Driving. The way that somebody drives a vehicle, the act of driving. Drop. To fall or allow something to fall by accident. Drop out. To no longer take part in or be part of something. Drug. An illegal substance that some people smoke, inject, etc. for the physical and mental effects it has. Drugstore. A shop/store that sells medicines and also other types of goods, for example cosmetics. Drum. A musical instrument made of a hollow round frame with plastic or skin stretched tightly across one or both ends. You play it by hitting it with sticks or with your hands. Drunk. Having drunk so much alcohol that it is impossible to think or speak clearly. Dry. Not wet, damp, or sticky, without water or moisture. Dry off. To become dry or make something dry. Dry up. To become completely dry. To. Caused by somebody/something, because of somebody/something. Dull. Not interesting or exciting. Dump. To get rid of something you do not want, especially in a place which is not suitable. During. All through a period of time. Dust. A fine powder that consists of very small pieces of sand, earth, etc. Duty. Something that you feel you have to do because it is your moral or legal responsibility. DVD. The abbreviation for digital versatile disc, a disc on which large amounts of information, especially photographs and video, can be stored, for use on a computer or DVD player. Dying. Connected with or happening at the time of somebody's death. Each. Used to refer to every one of two or more people or things, when you are thinking about them separately. Each other. Used as the object of a verb or preposition to show that each member of a group does something to or for the other members. Ear. Either of the organs on the sides of the head that you hear with. Early. Near the beginning of a period of time, an event, etc. Earn. To get money for work that you do. Earth. The world, the planet that we live on. Ease. Lack of difficulty. Easily. Without problems or difficulty. East. The direction that you look towards to see the sun rise, one of the four main points of the compass. Eastern. Located in the east or facing east. Easy. Not difficult, done or obtained without a lot of effort or problems. Eat. To put food in your mouth, chew it and swallow it. Eat out. To have a meal in a restaurant, etc. rather than at home. Eat up. To eat all of something. Economic. Connected with the trade, industry, and development of wealth of a country, an area or a society. Economy. The relationship between production, trade, and the supply of money in a particular country or region. Edge. The outside limit of an object, a surface, or an area, the part furthest from the center. Edition. The form in which a book is published. Editor. A person who is in charge of a newspaper, magazine, etc., or part of one, and who decides what should be included. Educate. To teach somebody over a period of time at a school, university, etc. Educated. Having had the kind of education mentioned, having been to the school, college, or university mentioned. Education. A process of teaching, training, and learning, especially in schools or colleges, to improve knowledge and develop skills. Effect. A change that somebody/something causes in somebody/something else, a result. Effective. Producing the result that is wanted or intended, producing a successful result. Effectively. In a way that produces the intended result or a successful result. Efficient. Doing something well and thoroughly with no waste of time, money, or energy. Efficiently. In a good and thorough way, with no waste of time, money, or energy. Effort. The physical or mental energy that you need to do something, something that takes a lot of energy. E.g. For example, from Latin exempli gratia. Egg. A small oval object with a thin hard shell produced by a female bird and containing a young bird, a similar object produced by a female fish, insect, etc. 8. 8. 18. 18. 18th. 18th. 8th. 8th. 80th. 80th. 80. 80. Either. One or the other of two, it does not matter which. Elbow. The joint between the upper and lower parts of the arm where it bends in the middle. Elderly. Used as a polite word for elect. To choose somebody to do a particular job by voting for them. Election. The process of choosing a person or a group of people for a position, especially a political position, by voting. Electric. Connected with electricity, using, produced by or producing electricity. Electrical. Connected with electricity, using or producing electricity. Electricity. A form of energy from charged elementary particles, usually supplied as electric current through cables, wires, etc. for lighting, heating, driving machines, etc. Electronic. Having or using many small parts, such as microchips, that control and direct a small electric current. Elegant. Attractive and showing a good sense of style. Element. A necessary or typical part of something. Elevator. A machine that carries people or goods up and down to different levels in a building or a mine. 11. 11. 11th. 11th. Else. In addition to something already mentioned. Elsewhere. In, at, or to another place. Email. A way of sending messages and data to other people by means of computers connected together in a network. Embarrass. To make somebody feel shy, awkward, or ashamed, especially in a social situation. Embarrassed. Shy, awkward, or ashamed, especially in a social situation. Embarrassing. Making you feel shy, awkward, or ashamed. Embarrassment. Shy, awkward, or guilty feelings, a feeling of being embarrassed. Emerge. To come out of a dark, confined or hidden place. Emergency. A sudden serious and dangerous event or situation which needs immediate action to deal with it. Emotion. A strong feeling such as love, fear, or anger, the part of a person character that consists of feelings. Emotional. Connected with people feelings, with the emotions. Emotionally. In a way that is connected with people's feelings with the emotions. Emphasis. Special importance that is given to something. Emphasize. To give special importance to something. Empire. A group of countries or states that are controlled by one ruler or government. Employ. To give somebody a job to do for payment. Employee. A person who is paid to work for somebody. Employer. A person or company that pays people to work for them. Employment. Work, especially when it is done to earn money, the state of being employed. Empty. With no people or things inside. Enable. To make it possible for somebody to do something. Encounter. To experience something, especially something unpleasant or difficult, while you are trying to do something else. Encourage. To give somebody support, courage or hope. Encouragement. The act of encouraging somebody to do something, something that encourages somebody. End. The final part of a period of time, an event, an activity, or a story. End in. To have something as an ending. Ending. The last part of a story, film/movie, etc. End up. To find yourself in a place or situation that you did not intend or expect to be in. Enemy. A person who hates somebody or who acts or speaks against somebody/something. Energy. The ability to put effort and enthusiasm into an activity, work, etc. Engage. To succeed in attracting and keeping somebody's attention and interest. Engaged. Busy doing something. Engine. The part of a vehicle that produces power to make the vehicle move. Engineer. A person whose job involves designing and building engines, machines, roads, bridges, etc. Engineering. The activity of applying scientific knowledge to the design, building, and control of machines, roads, bridges, electrical equipment, etc. Enjoy. To get pleasure from something. Enjoyable. Giving pleasure. Enjoyment. The pleasure that you get from something. Enormous. Extremely large. Enough. Used before plural or uncountable nouns to mean as many or as much as somebody needs or wants. Inquiry. An official process to find out the cause of something or to find out information about something. Ensure. To make sure that something happens or is definite. Enter. To come or go into something. Entertain. To invite people to eat or drink with you as your guests, especially in your home. Entertainer. A person whose job is amusing or interesting people, for example, by singing, telling jokes or dancing. Entertaining. Interesting and amusing. Entertainment. Films/movies, music, etc. used to entertain people, an example of this. Enthusiasm. A strong feeling of excitement and interest in something and a desire to become involved in it. Enthusiastic. Feeling or showing a lot of excitement and interest about somebody/something. Enthusiastically. In a way that shows a lot of excitement and interest about somebody/something. Entire. Including everything, everyone, or every part. Entirely. In every way possible, completely. Entitle. To give somebody the right to have or to do something. Entrance 1. A door, gate, passage, etc. used for entering a room, building, or place. Entry. An act of going into or getting into a place. Envelope. A flat paper container used for sending letters in. Environment. The conditions that affect the behavior and development of somebody/something, the physical conditions that somebody/something exists in. Environmental. Connected with the natural conditions in which people, animals, and plants live, connected with the environment. Equal. The same in size, quantity, value, etc. as something else. Equally. To the same degree, in the same or in a similar way. Equipment. The things that are needed for a particular purpose or activity. Equivalent. Equal in value, amount, meaning, importance, etc. Error. A mistake, especially one that causes problems or affects the result of something. Escape. To get away from a place where you have been kept as a prisoner or not allowed to leave. Especially. More with one person, thing, etc. than with others, or more in particular circumstances than in others. Essay. A short piece of writing by a student as part of a course of study. Essential. Completely necessary, extremely important in a particular situation or for a particular activity. Essentially. When you think about the true, important, or basic nature of somebody/something. Establish. To start or create an organization, a system, etc. that is meant to last for a long time. Estate. A large area of land, usually in the country, that is owned by one person or family. Estimate. A judgment that you make without having the exact details or figures about the size, amount, cost, etc. of something. Estimate. To form an idea of the cost, size, value etc. of something, but without calculating it exactly. Etc. Used after a list to show that there are other things that you could have mentioned, the abbreviation for etc. extra. Euro. The unit of money of some countries of the European Union. Even. Used to emphasize something unexpected or surprising. Even. Smooth, level and flat. Evening. The part of the day between the afternoon and the time you go to bed. Event. A thing that happens, especially something important. Eventually. At the end of a period of time or a series of events. Ever. Used in negative sentences and questions, or sentences with if, to mean at any time. Every. Used with singular nouns to refer to all the members of a group of things or people. Everybody. Everyone. Everyone. Every person, all people. Everything. All things. Everywhere. In, to, or at every place, all places. Evidence. The facts, signs, or objects that make you believe that something is true. Evil. Enjoying harming others, morally bad and cruel. X. Former. Exact. Correct in every detail. Exactly. Used to emphasize that something is correct in every way or in every detail. Exaggerate. To make something seem larger, better, worse or more important than it really is. Exaggerated. Made to seem larger, better, worse or more important than it really is or needs to be. Exam. A formal written, spoken, or practical test, especially at school or college, to see how much you know about a subject, or what you can do. Examination. The act of looking at or considering something very carefully. Examine. To consider or study an idea, a subject, etc. very carefully. Example. Something such as an object, a fact, or a situation that shows, explains or supports what you say. Excellent. Extremely good. Except. Used before you mention the only thing or person about which a statement is not true. Exception. A person or thing that is not included in a general statement. Exchange. An act of giving something to somebody or doing something for somebody and receiving something in return. Excite. To make somebody feel very pleased, interested or enthusiastic, especially about something that is going to happen. Excited. Feeling or showing happiness and enthusiasm. Excitement. The state of feeling excited. Exciting. Causing great interest or excitement. Exclude. To deliberately not include something in what you are doing or considering. Excluding. Not including. Excuse. A reason, either true or invented, that you give to explain or defend your behavior. Excuse. To forgive somebody for something that they have done, for example not being polite or making a small mistake. Executive. A person who has an important job as a manager of a company or an organization. Exercise. Physical or mental activity that you do to stay healthy or become stronger. Exhibit. To show something in a public place for people to enjoy or to give them information. Exhibition. A collection of things, for example works of art, that are shown to the public. Exist. To be real, to be present in a place or situation. Existence. The state or fact of being real or living or of being present. Exit. A way out of a public building or vehicle. Expand. To become greater in size, number, or importance, to make something greater in size, number, or importance. Expect. To think or believe that something will happen or that somebody will do something. Expectation. A belief that something will happen because it is likely. Expected. That you think will happen. Expense. The money that you spend on something. Expensive. Costing a lot of money. Experience. The knowledge and skill that you have gained through doing something for a period of time, the process of gaining this. Experienced. Having knowledge or skill in a particular job or activity. Experiment. A scientific test that is done in order to study what happens and to gain new knowledge. Expert. A person with special knowledge, skill, or training in something. Expert. Done with, having or involving great knowledge or skill. Explain. To tell somebody about something in a way that makes it easy to understand. Explanation. A statement, fact, or situation that tells you why something happened, a reason given for something. Explode. To burst or make something burst loudly and violently, causing damage. Explore. To travel to or around an area or a country in order to learn about it. Explosion. The sudden violent bursting and loud noise of something such as a bomb exploding, the act of deliberately causing something to explode. Export. To sell and send goods to another country. Export. The selling and transporting of goods to another country. Expose. To show something that is usually hidden. Express. To show or make known a feeling, an opinion, etc. by words, looks or actions. Expression. Things that people say, write, or do in order to show their feelings, opinions and ideas. Extend. To make something longer or larger. Extension. The act of increasing the area of activity, group of people, etc. that is affected by something. Extensive. Covering a large area, great in amount. Extent. How large, important, serious, etc. something is. Extra. More than is usual, expected, or than exists already. Extraordinary. Unexpected, surprising or strange. Extreme. Very great in degree. Extremely. To a very high degree. Eye. Either of the two organs on the face that you see with. Face. The front part of the head between the forehead and the chin. Face up to. To accept and deal with something that is difficult or unpleasant. Facility. Buildings, services, equipment, etc. that are provided for a particular purpose. Fact. Used to refer to a particular situation that exists. Factor. One of several things that cause or influence something. Factory. A building or group of buildings where goods are made. Fail. To not be successful in achieving something. Failure. Lack of success in doing or achieving something. Faint. That cannot be clearly seen, heard, or smelt. Faintly. In a way that cannot be clearly seen, heard, or smelt. Fair. Acceptable and appropriate in a particular situation. Fairly. To some extent but not very. Faith. Trust in somebody ability or knowledge, trust that somebody/something will do what has been promised. Faithful. Staying with or supporting a particular person, organization, or belief. Faithfully. Accurately, carefully. Fall. To drop down from a higher level to a lower level. False. Wrong, not correct or true. Fame. The state of being known and talked about by many people. Familiar. Well known to you, often seen or heard and therefore easy to recognize. Family. A group consisting of one or two parents and their children. Famous. Known about by many people. Fan. A person who admires somebody/something or enjoys watching or listening to somebody/something very much. Fancy. To want something or want to do something. Far. A long distance away. Farm. An area of land, and the buildings on it, used for growing crops and/or keeping animals. Farmer. A person who owns or manages a farm. Farming. The business of managing or working on a farm. Farther. At or to a greater distance in space or time. Farthest. At or to the greatest distance in space or time. Fashion. A popular style of clothes, hair, etc. at a particular time or place, the state of being popular. Fashionable. Following a style that is popular at a particular time. Fast. Moving or able to move quickly. Fasten. To close or join together the two parts of something, to become closed or joined together. Fat. Having too much flesh on it and weighing too much. Father. A male parent of a child or an animal, a person who is acting as the father to a child. Faucet. A device that controls the flow of water from a pipe. Fault. The responsibility for something wrong that has happened or been done. Favor. A thing that you do to help somebody. Favorite. Liked more than others of the same kind. Fear. The bad feeling that you have when you are in danger, when something bad might happen, or when a particular thing frightens you. Feather. One of the many soft light parts covering a bird body. Feature. Something important, interesting, or typical of a place or thing. February. The second month of the year, between January and March. Federal. Having a system of government in which the individual states of a country have control over their own affairs, but are controlled by a central government for national decisions, etc. Fee. An amount of money that you pay for professional advice or services. Feed. To give food to a person or an animal. Feel. To experience a particular feeling or emotion. Feeling. Something that you feel through the mind or through the senses. Fellow. A way of referring to a man or boy. Female. Being a woman or a girl. Fence. A structure made of wood or wire supported with posts that is put between two areas of land as a boundary, or around a garden/yard, field, etc. to keep animals in, or to keep people and animals out. Festival. A series of performances of music, plays, films/movies, etc., usually organized in the same place once a year, a series of public events connected with a particular activity or idea. Fetch. To go to where somebody/something is and bring them/it back. Fever. A medical condition in which a person has a temperature that is higher than normal. Few. Used with plural nouns and a plural verb to mean not many. Field. An area of land in the country used for growing crops or keeping animals in, usually surrounded by a fence, etc. 15. 15. 15th. 15th. 5th. 5th. 50th. 50th. 50. 50. Fight. To take part in a war or battle against an enemy. Fighting. The activity of being involved in a battle against an enemy. Figure. A number representing a particular amount, especially one given in official information. Figure out. To think about somebody/something until you understand them/it. File. A box or folded piece of card for keeping loose papers together and in order. Fill. To make something full of something, to become full of something. Fill in. To do somebody job for a short time while they are not there. Fill out. To become larger, rounder, or fatter. Fill up. To become completely full, to make something completely full. Film. A series of moving pictures recorded with sound that tells a story, shown on television or at the cinema/movie theater. Final. Being or happening at the end of a series of events, actions, statements, etc. Finally. After a long time, especially when there has been some difficulty or delay. Finance. Money used to run a business, an activity, or a project. Financial. Connected with money and finance. Find. To discover somebody/something unexpectedly or by chance. Find out. To get some information about something/somebody by asking, reading, etc. Fine. Of high quality, good. Finely. Into very small grains or pieces. Finger. One of the 4 long thin parts that stick out from the hand, or 5, if the thumb is included. Finish. To stop doing something or making something because it is complete. Finished. No longer doing something or dealing with somebody/something. Finish off. To destroy somebody/something, especially somebody/something that is badly injured or damaged. Fire. The flames, light and heat, and often smoke, that are produced when something burns. Firm. A business or company. Firm. Fairly hard, not easy to press into a different shape. Firmly. In a strong or definite way. First. Happening or coming before all other similar things or people, first. Fish. A creature that lives in water, breathes through gills, and uses fins and a tail for swimming. Fishing. The sport or business of catching fish. Fit. To be the right shape and size for somebody/something. Fit in. To find time to see somebody or to do something. 5. Fix. To put something firmly in a place so that it will not move. Fixed. Staying the same, not changing or able to be changed. Flag. A piece of cloth with a special colored design on it that may be the symbol of a particular country or organization, or may have a particular meaning. A flag can be attached to a pole or held in the hand. Flame. A hot bright stream of burning gas that comes from something that is on fire. Flash. To shine very brightly for a short time, to make something shine in this way. Flat. Having a level surface, not curved or sloping. Flavor. How food or drink tastes. Flesh. The soft substance between the skin and bones of animal or human bodies. Flight. A journey made by air, especially in a plane. Float. To move slowly on water or in the air. Flood. A large amount of water covering an area that is usually dry. Flooded. Covered by a large amount of water. Flooding. Large amounts of water covering an area that is usually dry, the fact of this happening. Floor. The surface of a room that you walk on. Flour. A fine white or brown powder made from grain, especially wheat, and used in cooking for making bread, cakes, etc. Flow. The steady and continuous movement of something/somebody in one direction. Flower. The colored part of a plant from which the seed or fruit develops. Usually grow at the end of a stem and last only a short time. Flu. An infectious disease like a very bad cold, that causes fever, pains, and weakness. Fly. To move through the air, using wings. Flying. Able to fly. Focus. To give attention, effort, etc. to one particular subject, situation, or person rather than another. Focus. The thing or person that people are most interested in, the act of paying special attention to something and making people interested in it. Fold. To bend something, especially paper or cloth, so that one part lies on top of another part. Folding. That can be folded, so that it can be carried or stored in a small space. Follow. To come or go after or behind somebody/something. Following. Next in time. Follow up. To add to something that you have just done by doing something else. Food. Things that people or animals eat. Foot. The lowest part of the leg, below the ankle, on which a person or an animal stands. Football. A game played by two teams of 11 players, using a round ball which players kick up and down the playing field. Teams try to kick the ball into the other team goal. 4. Used to show who is intended to have or use something or where something is intended to be put. Force. Violent physical action used to obtain or achieve something. Forecast. A statement about what will happen in the future, based on information that is available now. Foreign. In or from a country that is not your own. Forest. A large area of land that is thickly covered with trees. Forever. Used to say that a particular situation or state will always exist. Forget. To be unable to remember something that has happened in the past or information that you knew in the past. Forgive. To stop feeling angry with somebody who has done something to harm, annoy, or upset you. To stop feeling angry with yourself. Fork. A tool with a handle and 3 or 4 sharp points, called prongs, used for picking up and eating food. Form. A type or variety of something. Formal. Very correct and suitable for official or important occasions. Formally. In a very correct way that is suitable for official or important occasions. Former. That existed in earlier times. Formerly. In earlier times. Formula. A series of letters, numbers, or symbols that represent a rule or law. 40th. 40th. Fortune. Chance or luck, especially in the way it affects people lives. 40. 40. Forward. Towards a place or position that is in front. Found. To start something, such as an organization or an institution, especially by providing money. Foundation. A layer of bricks, concrete, etc. that forms the solid underground base of a building. 4. 4. 14. 14. 14th. 14th. Fourth. Fourth. Frame. A strong border or structure of wood, metal, etc. that holds a picture, door, piece of glass, etc. in position. Free. Not under the control or in the power of somebody else, able to do what you want. Freedom. The right to do or say what you want without anyone stopping you. Freely. Without anyone trying to prevent or control something. Freeze. To become hard, and often turn to ice, as a result of extreme cold, to make something do this. Frequent. Happening or doing something often. Frequently. Often. Fresh. Recently produced or picked and not frozen, dried, or preserved in tins or cans. Freshly. usually followed by a past participle showing that something has been made, prepared, etc. recently. Friday. The day of the week after Thursday and before Saturday. Fridge. A piece of electrical equipment in which food is kept cold so that it stays fresh. Friend. A person you know well and like, and who is not usually a member of your family. Friendly. Behaving in a kind and pleasant way because you like somebody or want to help them. Friendship. A relationship between friends. Frighten. To make somebody suddenly feel afraid. Frighten away / off. To make a person or an animal go away by making them feel afraid. Frightened. Afraid, feeling fear. Frightening. Making you feel afraid. From. Used to show where somebody / something starts. Front. The part or side of something that faces forward, the side of something that you look at first. Frozen. Kept at a very low temperature in order to preserve it. Fruit. The part of a plant that consists of one or more seeds and flesh, can be eaten as food and usually tastes sweet. Fry. To cook something in hot fat or oil, to be cooked in hot fat or oil. Fuel. Any material that produces heat or power, usually when it is burnt. Full. Containing or holding as much or as many as possible, having no empty space. Fully. Completely. Fun. Enjoyment, pleasure, a thing that gives enjoyment or pleasure and makes you feel happy. Function. A special activity or purpose of a person or thing. Function is. To perform the action or the job of the thing or person mentioned. Fund. An amount of money that has been saved or has been made available for a particular purpose. Fundamental. Serious and very important, affecting the most central and important parts of something. Funeral. A ceremony, usually a religious one, for burying or cremating burning, a dead person. Funny. Making you laugh, amusing. Fur. The soft thick mass of hair that grows on the body of some animals. Furniture. Objects that can be moved, such as tables, chairs, and beds, that are put into a house or an office to make it suitable for living or working in. Further. At or to a greater distance. Future. The time that will come after the present or the events that will happen then. Gain. To obtain or win something, especially something that you need or want. Gallon. A unit for measuring liquid. In the UK, Canada, and other countries it is equal to about 4.5 litres, in the US it is equal to about 3.8 litres. There are 4 quarts in a gallon. Gamble. To risk money on a card game, horse race, etc. Gambling. The activity of playing games of chance for money and of betting on horses, etc. Game. An activity or a sport with rules in which people or teams compete against each other. Gap. A space between two things or in the middle of something, especially because there is a part missing. Garage. A building for keeping one or more cars or other vehicles in. Garbage. Waste food, paper, etc. that you throw away. Garden. A piece of land next to or around your house where you can grow flowers, fruit, vegetables, etc., usually with a lawn, an area of grass. Gas. Any substance like air that is neither a solid nor a liquid, for example hydrogen and oxygen are both gases. Gasoline. Gas. Gate. A barrier like a door that is used to close an opening in a fence or a wall outside a building. Gather. To come together, or bring people together, in one place to form a group. Gear. Machinery in a vehicle that turns engine power, or power on a bicycle, into movement forwards or backwards. General. Affecting all or most people, places, or things. Generally. By or to most people. Generate. To produce or create something. Generation. All the people who were born at about the same time. Generous. Giving or willing to give freely, given freely. Generously. In a way that shows that somebody is willing to give freely. Gentle. Calm and kind, doing things in a quiet and careful way. Gentleman. A man who is polite and well educated, who has excellent manners and always behaves well. Gently. In a gentle way. Genuine. Real, exactly what it appears to be, not artificial. Genuinely. Truly, in a way that is exactly what it appears to be and is not artificial. Geography. The scientific study of the Earth's surface, physical features, divisions, products, population, etc. Get. To receive something. Get away. To have a holiday/vacation. Get away with. To steal something and escape with it. Get back. To return, especially to your home. Get by. To manage to live or do a particular thing using the money, knowledge, equipment, etc. that you have. Get in. To arrive at a place. Get into. To put on a piece of clothing, especially with difficulty. Get off. Used especially to tell somebody to stop touching you or another person. Get on. Used to talk or ask about how well somebody is doing in a particular situation. Get on with. To have a friendly relationship with somebody. Get out of. To avoid a responsibility or duty. Get over. To deal with or gain control of something. Get round. To persuade somebody to agree or to do what you want, usually by doing nice things for them. Get round to. To find the time to do something. Get through. To use up a large amount of something. Get up. To stand up after sitting, lying, etc. Giant. In stories, a very large strong person who is often cruel and stupid. Gift. A thing that you give to somebody, especially on a special occasion or to say thank you. Girl. A female child. Girlfriend. A girl or a woman that somebody is having a romantic relationship with. Give. To hand something to somebody so that they can look at it, use it, or keep it for a time. Give away. To lead the bride to the bridegroom and formally allow her to marry him. Give back. To return something to its owner. Give in. To admit that you have been defeated by somebody/something. Give off. To produce something such as a smell, heat, light, etc. Give out. To come to an end, to be completely used up. Give up. To stop trying to do something. Glad. Pleased, happy. Glass. A hard, usually transparent, substance used, for example, for making windows and bottles. Global. Covering or affecting the whole world. Glove. A covering for the hand, made of wool, leather, etc. with separate parts for each finger and the thumb. Glue. A sticky substance that is used for joining things together. Go. To move or travel from one place to another. Go ahead. To travel in front of other people in your group and arrive before them. Goal. A frame with a net into which players must kick or hit the ball in order to score a point. Go away. To leave a person or place. Go back. If two people go back a period of time, usually a long time, they have known each other for that time. Go back to. To start doing something again that you had stopped doing. Go by. To pass. God. The being or spirit that is worshipped and is believed to have created the universe. Go down. To fall to the ground. Go into. To hit something violently. Gold. A chemical element. Gold is a yellow precious metal used for making coins, jewelry, decorative objects, etc. Good. Of high quality or an acceptable standard. Goodbye. Used when you are leaving somebody or when somebody else is leaving. Goods. Things that are produced to be sold. Go off. To leave a place, especially in order to do something. Go on. When a performer goes on, they begin their performance. Go on doing. To continue an activity without stopping. Go out. To leave your house to go to a social event. Go out with. To spend time with somebody and have a romantic or sexual relationship with them. Go over. To examine or check something carefully. Go round. To spin or turn. Go through. If a law, contract, etc. goes through, it is officially accepted or completed. Go through with. To do what is necessary to complete a course of action, especially one that is difficult or unpleasant. Go to. To be given to somebody/something. Go up. To be built. Govern. To legally control a country or its people and be responsible for introducing new laws, organizing public services, etc. Government. The group of people who are responsible for controlling a country or a state. Governor. A person who is the official head of a country or region that is governed by another country. Go with. To have a sexual or romantic relationship with somebody. Go without. To manage without something that you usually have or need. Grab. To take or hold somebody/something with your hand suddenly, firmly, or roughly. Grade. The quality of a particular product or material. Gradual. Happening slowly over a long period, not sudden. Gradually. Slowly, over a long period of time. Grain. The small hard seeds of food plants such as wheat, rice, etc., a single seed of such a plant. Gram. A unit for measuring weight. There are 1 grams in 1 kilogram. Grammar. The rules in a language for changing the form of words and joining them into sentences. Grand. Impressive and large or important. Grandchild. A child of your son or daughter. Granddaughter. A daughter of your son or daughter. Grandfather. The father of your father or mother. Grandmother. The mother of your father or mother. Grandparent. The father or mother of your father or mother. Grandson. A son of your son or daughter. Grant. To agree to give somebody what they ask for, especially formal or legal permission to do something. Grass. A common wild plant with narrow green leaves and stems that are eaten by cows, horses, sheep, etc. Grateful. Feeling or showing thanks because somebody has done something kind for you or has done as you asked. Grave 1. A place in the ground where a dead person is buried. Grave 1. Very serious and important, giving you a reason to feel worried. Gravely. In a very serious and important way, in a way that gives you a reason to feel worried. Great. Very large, much bigger than average in size or quantity. Greatly. Very much. Green. Having the color of grass or the leaves of most plants and trees. Gray. Having the color of smoke or ashes. Grocery. A shop/store that sells food and other things used in the home. In American English, grocery store is often used to mean supermarket. Ground. The solid surface of the earth. Group. A number of people or things that are together in the same place or that are connected in some way. Grow. To increase in size, number, strength, or quality. Growth. The process of growing physically, mentally, or emotionally. Grow up. Something large and successful often begins in a very small way. Guarantee. A firm promise that you will do something or that something will happen. Guard. A person, such as a soldier, a police officer or a prison officer, who protects a place or people, or prevents prisoners from escaping. Guess. To try and give an answer or make a judgment about something without being sure of all the facts. Guest. A person that you have invited to your house or to a particular event that you are paying for. Guide. A book, magazine, etc. that gives you information, help or instructions about something. Guilty. Feeling ashamed because you have done something that you know is wrong or have not done something that you should have done. Gun. A weapon that is used for firing bullets or shells. Guy. A man. Habit. A thing that you do often and almost without thinking, especially something that is hard to stop doing. Hair. The substance that looks like a mass of fine threads growing especially on the head, one of these threads growing on the body of people and some animals. Hairdresser. A person whose job is to cut, wash and shape hair. Half. Either of two equal parts into which something is or can be divided. Hall. A space or passage inside the entrance or front door of a building. Hammer. A tool with a handle and a heavy metal head, used for breaking things or hitting nails. Hand. The part of the body at the end of the arm, including the fingers and thumb. Hand back. To give or return something to the person who owns it or to where it belongs. Hand down. To give or leave something to somebody who is younger than you. Hand in. To give something to a person in authority, especially a piece of work or something that is lost. Handle. To deal with a situation, a person, an area of work or a strong emotion. Hand out. To give a number of things to the members of a group. Hand over. To give somebody else your position of power or the responsibility for something. Hand round. To offer or pass something, especially food or drinks, to all the people in a group. Hang. To attach something, or to be attached, at the top so that the lower part is free or loose. Hang about. To wait or stay near a place, not doing very much. Hang about with. To spend a lot of time with somebody. Hang around. To wait or stay near a place, not doing very much. Hang around with. To spend a lot of time with somebody. Hang on. To hold something tightly. Hang on to. To hold something tightly. Hang up. To end a telephone conversation by putting the telephone receiver down or switching the telephone off. Happen. To take place, especially without being planned. Happen to. To have an effect on somebody/something. Happily. In a cheerful way, with feelings of pleasure or satisfaction. Happiness. The state of feeling or showing pleasure. Happy. Feeling or showing pleasure, pleased. Hard. Solid, firm, or stiff and difficult to bend or break. Hardly. Almost no, almost not, almost none. Harm. Damage or injury that is caused by a person or an event. Harmful. Causing damage or injury to somebody/something, especially to a person's health or to the environment. Harmless. Unable or unlikely to cause damage or harm. Hat. A covering made to fit the head, often with a brim, equals a flat edge that sticks out, and worn out of doors. Hate. To dislike something very much. Hatred. A very strong feeling of dislike for somebody/something. Have. To own, hold or possess something. Have back. To allow a husband, wife, or partner that you are separated from to return. Have on. To try to make somebody believe something that is not true, usually as a joke. Have to. Used to show that you must do something. He. A male person or animal that has already been mentioned or is easily identified. Head. The part of the body on top of the neck containing the eyes, nose, mouth, and brain. Headache. A continuous pain in the head. Heal. To become healthy again, to make something healthy again. Health. The condition of a person, body or mind. Healthy. Having good health and not likely to become ill/sick. Hear. To be aware of sounds with your ears. Hear from. To receive a letter, email, phone call, etc. from somebody. Hearing. The ability to hear. Hear of. To know about somebody/something because you have been told about them. Heart. The organ in the chest that sends blood around the body, usually on the left in humans. Heat. The quality of being hot. Heating. The process of supplying heat to a room or building, a system used to do this. Heat up. To become hot or warm. Heaven. The place believed to be the home of God where good people go when they die. Heavily. To a great degree, in large amounts. Heavy. Weighing a lot, difficult to lift or move. Heel. The back part of the foot below the ankle. Height. The measurement of how tall a person or thing is. Hell. In some religions, the place believed to be the home of devils and where bad people go after death. Hello. Used as a greeting when you meet somebody, when you answer the telephone or when you want to attract somebody's attention. Help. To make it easier or possible for somebody to do something by doing something for them or by giving them something that they need. Helpful. Able to improve a particular situation. Help out. To help somebody, especially in a difficult situation. Hence. For this reason. Her. Used as the object of a verb, after the verb be or after a preposition to refer to a woman or girl who has already been mentioned or is easily identified. Here. Used after a verb or preposition to mean in, at, or to this position or place. Hero. A person, especially a man, who is admired by many people for doing something brave or good. Hers. Of or belonging to her. Herself. Used when the woman or girl who performs an action is also affected by it. Hesitate. To be slow to speak or act because you feel uncertain or nervous. Hi. Used to say hello. Hide. To put or keep somebody/something in a place where it cannot be seen or found. High. Measuring a long distance from the bottom to the top. Highlight. To emphasize something, especially so that people give it more attention. Highly. Very. Highway. A main road for traveling long distances, especially one connecting and going through cities and towns. Hill. An area of land that is higher than the land around it, but not as high as a mountain. Him. Used as the object of a verb, after the verb be or after a preposition to refer to a male person or animal that has already been mentioned or is easily identified. Himself. Used when the man or boy who performs an action is also affected by it. Hip. The area at either side of the body between the top of the leg and the waist, the joint at the top of the leg. Hire. To pay money to borrow something for a short time. Hire out. To let somebody use something for a short time, in return for payment. His. Of or belonging to a man or boy who has already been mentioned or is easily identified. Historical. Connected with the past. History. All the events that happened in the past. Hit. To bring your hand, or an object you are holding, against somebody/something quickly and with force. Hobby. An activity that you do for pleasure when you are not working. Hold. To carry something, to have somebody/something in your hand, arms, etc. Hold back. To prevent somebody/something from moving forward or crossing something. Hold on. Used to tell somebody to wait or stop. Hold on to. To keep something that is an advantage for you, to not give or sell something to somebody else. Hold out. To last, especially in a difficult situation. Hold up. To remain strong and working effectively. Hole. A hollow space in something solid or in the surface of something. Holiday. A period of time when you are not at work or school. Hollow. Having a hole or empty space inside. Holy. Connected with God or a particular religion. Home. The house or flat/apartment that you live in, especially with your family. Homework. Work that is given by teachers for students to do at home. Honest. Always telling the truth, and never stealing or cheating. Honestly. In an honest way. Honor. Great respect and admiration for somebody. Hook. A curved piece of metal, plastic, or wire for hanging things on, catching fish with, etc. Hope. To want something to happen and think that it is possible. Horizontal. Flat and level, going across and parallel to the ground rather than going up and down. Horn. A hard-pointed part that grows, usually in pairs, on the heads of some animals, such as sheep and cows. Horns are often curved. Horror. A feeling of great shock, fear, or disgust. Horse. A large animal with 4 legs, equals long thick hair on its neck, and a tail. Horses are used for riding on, pulling carriages, etc. Hospital. A large building where people who are ill/sick or injured are given medical treatment and care. Host. A person who invites guests to a meal, a party, etc., or who has people staying at their house. Hot. Having a high temperature, producing heat. Hotel. A building where people stay, usually for a short time, paying for their rooms and meals. Hour. 60 minutes, one of the 24 parts that a day is divided into. House. A building for people to live in, usually for one family. Household. Connected with a house or flat and the people living in it. Housing. Houses, flats/apartments, etc. that people live in, especially when referring to their type, price, or condition. How? In what way or manner? However. Used with an adjective or adverb to mean to whatever degree. Huge. Extremely large in size or amount, great in degree. Human. Of or connected with people rather than animals, machines, or gods. Humorous. Funny and entertaining, showing a sense of humor. Humor. The quality in something that makes it funny or amusing, the ability to laugh at things that are amusing. 100. 100. 100th. 100th. Hungry. Feeling that you want to eat something. Hunt. To chase wild animals or birds in order to catch or kill them for food, sport, or to make money. Hunting. Chasing and killing wild animals and birds as a sport or for food. Hurry. To do something more quickly than usual because there is not much time. Hurry up. To do something more quickly because there is not much time. Hurt. To cause physical pain to somebody/yourself, to injure somebody/yourself. Husband. The man that somebody is married to, a married man. I. The 9th letter of the English alphabet. Ice. Water that has frozen and become solid. Ice cream. A type of sweet frozen food made from milk fat, flavored with fruit, chocolate, etc., and often eaten as a dessert. A small amount of this food intended for one person, often served in a container made of biscuit that is shaped like a cone. Idea. A plan, thought or suggestion, especially about what to do in a particular situation. Ideal. Perfect, most suitable. Identify. To recognize somebody/something and be able to say who or what they are. Identify with. To feel that you can understand and share the feelings of somebody else. Identity. who or what somebody/something is, i.e., used to explain exactly what the previous thing that you have mentioned means, from Latin idest. If. Used to say that one thing can, will or might happen or be true, depending on another thing happening or being true. Ignore. To pay no attention to something. Ill. Suffering from an illness or disease, not feeling well. Illegal. Not allowed by the law. Illegally. In a way that is not allowed by the law. Illness. The state of being physically or mentally ill. Illustrate. To use pictures, photographs, diagrams, etc. in a book, etc. Image. The impression that a person, an organization, or a product, etc. gives to the public. Imaginary. Existing only in your mind or imagination. Imagination. The ability to create pictures in your mind, the part of your mind that does this. Imagine. To form a picture in your mind of what something might be like. Immediate. Happening or done without delay. Immediately. Without delay. Immoral. Not considered to be good or honest by most people. Impact. The powerful effect that something has on somebody/something. Impatient. Annoyed or irritated by somebody/something, especially because you have to wait for a long time. Implication. A possible effect or result of an action or a decision. Imply. To suggest that something is true or that you feel or think something, without saying so directly. Import. A product or service that is brought into one country from another. Import. To bring a product, a service, an idea, etc. into one country from another. Importance. The quality of being important. Important. Having a great effect on people or things, of great value. Importantly. Used for saying that something is important. Impose. To introduce a new law, rule, tax, etc., to order that a rule, punishment, etc. be used. Impossible. That cannot exist or be done, not possible. Impress. If a person or thing impresses you, you feel admiration for them or it. Impressed. Feeling admiration for somebody/something because you think they are particularly good, interesting, etc. Impression. An idea, a feeling, or an opinion that you get about somebody/something, or that somebody/something gives you. Impressive. Making you feel admiration, because they are very large, good, skillful, etc. Improve. To become better than before, to make something/somebody better than before. Improvement. The act of making something better, the process of something becoming better. In. At a point within an area or a space. Inability. The fact of not being able to do something. Inch. A unit for measuring length, equal to 2.54 centimeters. There are 12 inches in a foot. Incident. Something that happens, especially something unusual or unpleasant. Include. If one thing includes another, it has the second thing as one of its parts. Including. Having something as part of a group or set. Income. The money that a person, a region, a country, etc. earns from work, from investing money, from business, etc. Increase. To become or to make something greater in amount, number, value, etc. Increase. A rise in the amount, number, or value of something. Increasingly. More and more all the time. Indeed. Used to emphasize a positive statement or answer. Independence. Freedom from political control by other countries. Independent. Having their own government. Independently. Without being connected with or influenced by something or by each other. Index. A list of names or topics that are referred to in a book, etc., usually arranged at the end of a book in alphabetical order or listed in a separate file or book. Indicate. To show that something is true or exists. Indication. A remark or sign that shows that something is happening or what somebody is thinking or feeling. Indirect. Happening not as the main aim, cause or result of a particular action, but in addition to it. Indirectly. Not as the main aim, cause or result of something, but in addition to it, not in a direct line or manner. Individual. Considered separately rather than as part of a group. Indoor. Located, done, or used inside a building. Indoors. Inside or into a building. Industrial. Connected with industry. Industry. The production of goods from raw materials, especially in factories. Inevitable. That you cannot avoid or prevent. Inevitably. As is certain to happen. Infect. To make a disease or an illness spread to a person, an animal, or a plant. Infected. Containing harmful bacteria. Infection. The act or process of causing or getting a disease. Infectious. An infectious disease can be passed easily from one person to another, especially through the air they breathe. Influence. The effect that somebody/something has on the way a person thinks or behaves or on the way that something works or develops. Inform. To tell somebody about something, especially in an official way. Informal. Relaxed and friendly, not following strict rules of how to behave or do something. Information. Facts or details about somebody/something. Ingredient. One of the things from which something is made, especially one of the foods that are used together to make a particular dish. Initial. Happening at the beginning, first. Initially. At the beginning. Initiative. A new plan for dealing with a particular problem or for achieving a particular purpose. Injure. To harm yourself or somebody else physically, especially in an accident. Injured. Physically hurt, having an injury. Injury. Harm done to a person or an animal body, for example in an accident. Ink. Colored liquid for writing, drawing and printing. Inner. Inside, towards or close to the center of a place. Innocent. Not guilty of a crime, etc., not having done something wrong. Insect. Any small creature with 6 legs and a body divided into 3 parts. Insects usually also have wings. Ants, bees and flies are all insects. Insert. To put something into something else or between 2 things. Inside. On or to the inner part of something/somebody, within something/somebody. Insist. To demand that something happens or that somebody agrees to do something. Insist on. To demand something and refuse to be persuaded to accept anything else. Insist on doing. To continue doing something even though other people think it is annoying. Install. To fix equipment or furniture into positions so that it can be used. Instance. A particular example or case of something. Instead. In the place of somebody/something. Instead of. In the place of somebody/something. Institute. An organization that has a particular purpose, especially one that is connected with education or a particular profession, the building used by this organization. Institution. A large important organization that has a particular purpose, for example, a university or bank. Instruction. Detailed information on how to do or use something. Instrument. A tool or device used for a particular task, especially for delicate or scientific work. Insult. To say or do something that offends somebody.